That must have been the craziest, most exciting, most exhilarating, most action-packed, high-pace, high-flying, overtime period I've ever seen. Like, that gave me flashbacks to 2016, the World Cup, Team North America versus Team Sweden. Do you remember that? The Sedins and Lundqvist and Nathan MacKinnon getting the overtime goal. That was arguably the craziest overtime period I remember ever seeing on live television. And this one here, Vancouver versus Calgary, might have just gone out there and topped that. Okay, maybe not entirely, because like the first 2 minutes of this overtime period were pretty lackadaisical. Not too much was really going on, so definitely not the most exciting first 2 minutes, but afterwards, holy crap, dude, who knew you could have so many scoring opportunities, so many high-paced moments in a 3-minute span? I swear to goodness, man, if they just had 10v10, or not 10v10, excuse me, 3v3 for 10 minutes instead of 5, we'd have a lot more games decided with a goal rather than a shootout. But either way, the Vancouver Canucks have taken the dub here tonight, 3-2 against the Calgary Flames, not choking away a multi-goal lead and losing like they had in the past few outings, especially against this team. They choke the lead, admittedly. They lose out 2-0 in the third period after going up 2-0 in the first two, but they do get things done in the extra frame. It's a shootout win. Andrei Kuzmenko gets the dub. Thatcher Demko makes the saves, and we do have a few storylines from tonight's action that I wanted to address here. So firstly, this was John Garrett's last ever home game as a broadcaster for the Canucks, or I guess for the short term. He'll probably be doing some other things with Sportsnet. He did say that he's not, like, leaving permanently. He's just stopping the color analyst role for the Canucks, which this game apparently seems to have been his last home game. So it was definitely heartwarming and sentimental to see all the fans share their support. You saw fans with mustaches. You saw fans with old retro Canucks yellow, red, and black goalie masks, and fans with the signs all talking about Cheech, and of course the beautiful video tribute narrated by John Shorthouse himself talking about Cheech and his career as the Canucks color commentator. But aside from that, there were some pretty good things to cheer for too. For one, the Vancouver Canucks went up 2-0 in this game. The 1-0 goal was scored by Cole McWard, recent signee out of the NCAA, a player the Vancouver Canucks had to outbid 6 other teams in order to acquire. He chose to come to Vancouver, he is a Canuck, and he scored his first goal here today. It's a really strange one. The puck is cycled around a little bit, eventually it finds its way over to McWard at the point, and he just kind of takes a shot. But he drags and he holds on and he waits a little bit before firing it off. He has the puck at the blue line, he has the angle to shoot, but he doesn't shoot. He kind of just holds it, waits a little more, and then he fires it by everybody. It goes right through all the players on the ice, it goes through Markey, it kind of hits the back post and immediately comes out. But it's a 1-0 goal there, scored by McWard, his first on his career, and the Vancouver Canucks get themselves off the 1-0 lead. Second goal of the game, scored by Elias Pettersson, and this is an important goal because now with this on the marker, you have yourselves Petey at 99 points on the season. Now, unlike JT Miller last year, who scored 99 points in the full season and he actually had his last point in the final game of the year, Petey has 2 more games to get to the big triple digits 100 marker on this season. JT Miller had the span of a few periods and an overtime to get to 100. He reached 99 with the goal against the Oilers in that last game. He didn't finish off with 100, he finished off with 99. That's still traumatizing to a lot of Canucks fans, myself included. So for Elias Pettersson, just go out there and get it, man. He had a lot of opportunities to get the final and 100th point of this season in this game after scoring the shorthanded goal to put the Canucks up 2-0, but ultimately Pettersson's efforts in this game are only rewarded with that 1 point. However, this was a pretty good one. It's a shorthanded goal once again. JT Miller gets the assist, and man, has he been a good player as of late. Especially in this one, he had multiple faceoffs won while shorthanded in the Canuck zone, and he's the guy that gets the interception on the Jonathan Huberdeau pass, which allows Pettersson to even be sprung on the breakaway in the first place. Miller steals the puck in the middle, throws it up for Petey, who walks in on a breakaway on Jacob Jacob Markstrom and snipes it far side on the former Canucks netminder. 2-0 Vancouver with this goal, and that is unfortunately all the goals the Canucks score that actually count. There are some other chances. This was a really good showcase for goaltending at both ends of the ice. Both Thatcher Demko and Markstrom had some incredible saves, some incredible moments themselves, and there were some cross creases, some bang-bang backdoor plays that were stopped up, and beautiful shots that were also gloved away, cross creases on Demko, glove robberies. Jacob Markstrom made a few kick saves that I thought were noteworthy as well. But at the end of the second, it is 2-0 Vancouver. Doesn't stay like that for long, though, as at the very start of the third, 38 seconds in, it's Elias Lindholm who gets a cross-crease pass and buries it far side, shooting across the body, a fadeaway shot, up high, over the glove of Thatcher Demko, and this play unfortunately happens because Quinn Hughes on the board tries to make a little cheeky pass to JT Miller, but Miller doesn't intercept it properly, which leads to a turnover, which leads to the Flames scoring. And then you had yourselves Nazem Kadri a few minutes towards the end of the third period, scoring the game-tying goal. The Canucks cannot clear the zone. They actually get hemmed in for quite some time. It's not a good showcase of skill from this defense core. They had a few moments like this in the second and third periods, but eventually it leads to Nazem Kadri getting the puck all by himself after the Canucks failed to clear. It's kept in at the line, sent in front, and Kadri is right there to bury it by the short side of Thatcher Demko. Demko played really well, but you can't really do too much about that, especially when it's a one-on-one isolated situation. Now, heading into the last parts of the third period, as well as the overtime period. This was a crazy period, dude. I cannot believe just the amount of chances, the great saves, and the athleticism on display in overtime. You had Miller and Hughes both with huge opportunities to end the game. Miller missed the net on the breakaway. Quinn Hughes missed the net on the 2-on-1 cross crease. You had Demko making some beautiful saves, cross crease. Jacob Markstrom was caught outside the trapezoid, and he should have gotten a penalty, but he didn't because the referee behind him didn't see, unfortunately. You then also had yourselves Nazem Kadri robbed by the paths of Thatcher Demko. Beauvillier had a small breakaway that was stopped up by by Markstrom, excuse me. And at the end, you actually had Quinn Hughes throwing it towards the goal. It was tipped on, and Markey had to make an awkward save to end off that overtime. In the shootout, things go as follows. Andrei Kuzmenko starts it off. The guy got benched, by the way. The guy only played one shift in the third period. He was playing in the fourth line, in this game. He had the ultimate tough love experience, especially since the one shift he did play in the third, he gave the puck up multiple times, and he did not look great. He tries making plays, and we know how talented Kuzmenko is. It's just, this is Rick Tocchet sending a message. He scores a goal. He scores an angry goal. You could see him charging in Ilya Kovalchuk style on Markey before stopping up in front, dragging the puck out to the side. Markey commits because he thinks Kuzmenko is going to shoot like he has been in all his shootout attempts. Then Kuzmenko drags it around and buries it over the goalie. Beautiful goal. It's the only goal scored in the shootout. You had Jonathan Huberdeau denied by Demko. You also had... who else was stopped up? I know Toffoli was the last one, but... Kadri was stopped up by Demko. Toffoli was stopped up as the game-winning save. Miller and Pettersson both missed on their opportunities as well. So, Vancouver ends off this series with a very clutch win in a shootout, denying the Calgary Flames hope for the playoffs as Nashville and Winnipeg are still kind of in that mix. Canucks end up winning 3-2. Elias Pettersson has 99 points. Kuzmenko got benched. Kuzmenko, we'll see what happens with him next game. Cole McWard scores his first NHL goal, and John Garrett has his final home broadcast as color commentator for the Canucks. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Canucks versus the Flames. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.